Hello, I'm Greg Sherwood, and there are more eye-popping evaluations coming up in this edition of Antiques Roadshow Remembers. Right now, though, we're delighted to have some local experts with us, Deric Torres and Marcus Wardell of Clars Auction Gallery right here in Oakland. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
I'm looking forward to learning a little bit about the value of some of the things you've brought with us. Our guests are going to evaluate some local treasures right here live in the studio. In just a minute, we're going to give you a chance to come to a very special evaluation event at Clars Auction Gallery coming up in Oakland this fall. But first, I need to remind you that the only way we can keep Antiques Roadshow and all the rest of your favorites on the air here is with your support, which is exactly why we're asking you to go to the phone now and call with a donation to KQED. Now, our friends at Clars Auction Gallery have issued a dollar-for-dollar challenge during this break, which means they'll match your contributions up to a grand total of $1,000. But you know how these things work. We can't collect their money unless we match it with your money before this break is over. So please help us meet this challenge from Clars Auction Gallery, providing a marketplace for buyers and sellers of fine art, antiques, and jewelry since 1948. They're online at clars.com. And while you're online, you can log into our website and make your donation to KQED at kqed.org/donate, or just give us a call here. We got a room full of volunteers at 1-800-568-9999. And whether you make your donation online or on the phone, we have a great way of saying thank you for your gift of $100. Get this, it's a pair of tickets to a terrific evaluation event at Clars Auction Gallery in Oakland coming up on Thursday, November 10th. This is a chance for you and somebody you love to bring something to be evaluated and enjoy a really wonderful party as well. It's going to be a great evening. There's going to be great food, great wine, and maybe some very good news about some treasure you've had in your house maybe for decades. Now, if you'd like to be part of this event, please give us a call right now, and keep in mind that you can make your donation on an installment plan if you'd rather not pay the whole amount all at once. You can spread it out, you can use your credit card, or set up an automatic transfer from your checking account each month. One of our volunteers can give you all the details, but you've got to make the call first. So please do it now, and then join us back here while I chat with our guests from Clars Auction Gallery. Gentlemen, I'm really looking forward to this event because it's, you know, for those of us who've watched Antiques Roadshow for years, it's all I think everybody must have. You must see people every day that have had something in their home literally for decades that they've just imagined is worth something. Like, take for example this sword that one of our volunteers brought in. I'm looking at this as a layperson. Looks very fancy. It looks like it goes back to the Civil War or some ancient time. What's the straight scoop on this?
The straight scoop is that it's a presentation sword, and there were thousands of these made, tens of thousands, and the fact that it is a presentation sword does not necessarily mean that it has a tremendous amount of value. Although it looks like it does with the gilt bronze mounts and the fancy blade, it does not. This example is probably in the $500 to $700 range. However, if it were a Civil War era sword or another sword from a historic battle, the number could be tremendous.
And we actually, in America though, we made swords of this type that would be worth a lot of money if they came from a certain era or from a certain foundry?
Absolutely, absolutely. And relating back to the Civil War era swords, yes.
Yeah. So this one doesn't happen to be super expensive, but if people have something like this, it might be worth them taking a look at because it could have some value.
Absolutely. It would be in their best interest to come on November 10th to Clars.
That's the whole idea. Now you could actually, the woman who brought this in is a volunteer in our studio right now. You may talk to her if you call the number on the screen right there and show your support by coming in at that $100 level. Get a couple of tickets so you can bring a couple of items and a good friend in, because it's got to be fun because people will be bringing their own things, but then everybody, and as you guys must see different things every day. It just must be amazing what people can bring in to show you guys.
Yes, yes.
You never know what's coming in the door.
Yeah, I mean, every day it must be a great fun.
Everyone there, I must say, our entire team, we are enthusiastic about working with the property, and we love finding treasures. And I think we all get excited as specialists at Clars.
Well, you know, we're very excited because Clars Auction Gallery, your employer, has been a great supporter of us. And right now, they're going to offer up an extra $1,000 just for the event of people calling in right now to take advantage of the 2 tickets to the event coming up on November 10th. You call now, we get an extra $100 thanks to Clars Auction Gallery, along with a lot of great information and great fun you're going to have November 10th. Get tickets, bring a friend, bring a couple of items, and it won't be just you two. You have a whole team. Now, for example, tell me what you guys each have a different specialty, right? Marcus?
Yeah, we're both in furniture and decorative arts, and we have certain areas within furniture and decorative arts. We're specialists within.
So if somebody came with something like this you might look at it, but if somebody brought in an old chair, you might look at it.
Absolutely. Although Marcus, myself, and Ashaki Johnson are all part of the Furniture and Decoratives team. And so we all work together.
And we're all capable of looking at everything.
Yeah, so what you do is sometimes, do you ever get something that's really interesting and you go want to show it to all your colleagues because you all want to try to figure it out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We absolutely do, because knowledge is power. And so to learn more or to have more knowledge given to us about a certain piece of property is imperative.
Now, you brought some letters, which is fine. We all have, there's fewer and fewer letters being made in the world today, which is
email.
A crying shame, right? But you brought us some things. Want to put that up so we can take a look at that? And
this is a small selection from a large collection from this one lady. Her father collected these for over 70 years. This is a letter from Louis XV.
The Louis XV?
The Louis XV, sending someone to the Bastille to the end of his days.
You're kidding.
No.
Wow. I just see the Louis at the bottom.
So he's signed down.
Yeah, down there at the bottom.
There. And
does that mean that Louis XV wrote it, or he just signed it?
He actually wrote that. That's his handwriting.
So you know enough to know what Louis XV's handwriting looked like?
Yes.
That's incredible. Actually, his penmanship, I have to say, is extraordinary. We don't make them like they used to, right?
No.
Well, that was when people were actually proud about writing.
I mean, and they must have had to spend years and years, because that is impeccable. It almost, if I looked at it without you telling me, I'd say that was somehow typeset or photo set, because it's so incredibly regular, all the forms. Now, so somebody came to you and said, well, we had these letters. How did somebody get a letter like that?
Well, their father had collected this whole collection over 50 years. And he had dealers throughout the world who had sent him letters saying that we actually have this one letter, or you may be interested in this. And this actually took him, like, for one letter, probably about a month and a half, 2 months to receive one letter.
Right. Now, tell me this. If somebody had can you give me an estimate of what something like that would be at auction?
This letter, an estimate would be probably between $1,000 and $2,000.
Wow, that's amazing. You've got other ones. Let me just chime in here, though, before we look at anything else, to remind you that you can go rummaging through all the treasures in your house, grab a couple of them, and come down to an event we're going to have at Clars Auction Gallery coming up on November 10th. There's going to be wine, there's going to be food, and lots of really smart, knowledgeable people. It's going to be like our own very personal, very sort of intimate antique roadshow just for those of us here in Northern California. I hope you can make it. A $100 gift to us will be then doubled by Clars Auction Gallery, because not only are they helping us out tonight with some of their experts here, they're going to host the event coming on November 10th. I want to see you there. If you're a fan of Antique Roadshow, I know you're going to love it. Now,